Welcome back, Airbnb family. So a subscriber posted a comment asking for clarification on the margin that I charge and how it's possible doing rental arbitrage. So in the video that he posted the comment, I stated, I implied if you pay $2,000 a month in rent, you should charge $3,000 a month, or make that your goal at least, to charge that for your short-term rental per month cost. Or that's what your collect would be. So he wanted to know, like, how is that actually possible to get somebody to pay that much money for a month to month? Well, let me walk you through the landscape of the business, and this will help you out. So when you're looking for a lease, let's say I'm in downtown Houston right now, but just choose any city. You go to an apartment complex downtown and say, I would like a lease, and here's my budget. Let's say your budget's $1,700. The building will say, okay, so here's the building layouts, floor plans that we have that are at $1,700 a month, and you can get that $1,700 a month if you signed a lease for like 12 or 15 months. And that would be how you achieve the $1,700 a month. Now, let's say you go back to that same building and you say, okay, I'd like to stay here, I'd like this unit, but I would like to sign a 4-month lease. That same leasing agent will say, okay, so for 4 months, what we have is the rate will be $2,200 or $2,300 a month for 4 months lease for this unit. That's unfurnished, no bills paid. You still have to get your own electricity. If you want less than 3 months, that starts to get short term for them and the rate starts to go up. If you do a month-to-month lease, which some buildings don't even allow, right? You cannot get a residential month-to-month lease. If they do allow it, they'll charge somewhere ballpark double of rent. So you're looking at $3,000 to $3,400 a month with some property management companies to get a month-to-month. The reason why is because the building suffers risk. If you sign a lease for a month and then don't renew it, then they have to go through and make sure that the place is fine and then list it again and try to get it occupied. So their down days get rolled into their cost that you pay when you pay your rent. So what does this mean for people looking to stay short term? If you pick up a lease for a year at a premium value, you become the one that's at risk of the days not getting filled up, right? So you're gonna pay your $1,700 a month. The building is happy because they get that lease, 100% occupancy on that lease for the whole year, and now you are the one who's stuck paying the rent, no matter what happens. So now you take it, you furnish it, let's say that adds another $300 a month in hard costs over the course of your lease, which makes your lease, instead of $1,700 with furniture, your cost is $2,000 a month. If nobody stays, you lose $2,000 a month, right? So you charge your cost plus your premium, and if a person wanted to stay at the building month by month anyway, no furniture, they're still going to pay $3,000 to $3,400. So now you can charge $3,000 to $3,400 with furniture, and you're a value. Right? That's really, now you're competitive with the building itself, but you're offering that extra premium, which is the furniture, and you're going to pay the internet and the electricity. Corporate housing companies, they actually use this $1,000 markup model that I listed, or that I referred to in this previous video. So what they'll do is when Shell or GE comes and says, we'd like 10 apartments for 3 months, what can you get for us? What they'll do is they'll go and they'll secure a bunch of leases for 2 or 3 months. They'll rent the furniture, get the electricity set up, all that stuff, and then they'll take their hard costs and they'll add $1,000 per month for each unit as their profit, and they'll get the company to pay that price. And that's how corporate housing companies, they make their money, is they take this post-cost markup of about $1,000, and that's their target. And that's actually where I got that number from. So you can use that same measuring stick pretty much in any other city to know that corporate housing companies, they are profitable and lively businesses with that margin. So the $1,000 above your cost is actually not a hard number to achieve. Actually in the same building that I'm in, I have a 2-bedroom apartment. My costs are, like, my rent is just under $2,000. So my other costs, with utilities and stuff, is probably about $2,200. I spent about $7,000 on all the furniture, etc. And I had a 1-month-long booking. I think it was like 27 days, and my collect was like $4,400 or just under $4,400 on Airbnb. So I more than doubled my money for a month-long booking. So people are glad to pay this money. So don't worry about that. Also in this building, there's a company that does corporate housing. They don't do Airbnb, but they do like corporate housing, like I mentioned. And the leasing agent at this building told me that their base nightly rate, how they calculate it, is I think $110 per night. So if you get a month-to-month lease with them, you're paying $110 a night, which is $3,300 a month plus for your corporate housing. So if you make that your your goal, that $1,000 a month markup, and you can get leases at a good value, you will have no trouble making, a profitable business out of it and having a high percentage of occupancy. So the only guideline to come away from here is don't pay too much in rent for an apartment. And as long as you follow that one rule, you should be fine. Of course, do your market research and see what other people are charging and how other people are doing by following the webinar that I posted earlier on market research. And happy hunting, guys. Use it, be successful, make a lot of money. And of course, any other questions, leave it in the comments. So thank you for watching Airbnb Automated, and I will see you on the other side.